countdown on the 1999 Tournaments on 9. The ball will go up for 4 championship games as we get ready to crown champions in boys high school basketball in the state of Minnesota. It is a gorgeous day outside. It'll be heating up inside, too, and what better atmosphere for basketball than Williams Arena on the campus of the University of Minnesota. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the barn. I am Jeff Grayson. We've got 4 championship games for you. We will start with 1A. These 2 teams that we will see today, Southwest Minnesota Christian and Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, have combined to knock off the top 3 ranked teams in their class. Southwest Minnesota Christian got here by defeating number 2 Rushford Peterson, and Hillcrest Lutheran Academy got here by defeating number 1 Red Lake and number 3 Carlton. So it may be number 5 against number 7, but we're seeing 2 teams who truly have earned the right to be here. And as I bring in my partner, Andy Skugman, these are 2 high-quality teams that we're going to be seeing.
I'll tell you, I was very impressed with Southwest Minnesota Christian yesterday. This team, a very good shooting team. They shoot over 50% from the field. They're the highest scoring team in the tournament. They score more than 74 points a game. They have a high-powered run-and-gun offense. They are tough to beat. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, on the other hand, led by freshman phenom Nick Hansen, the 9th grader, scored 23 points in their quarterfinal win over top-ranked Red Lake, and then 22 yesterday in their semifinal win over Carlton. In our 2A title game coming up after 1A, the defending champs from De La Salle will take on Watertown Mayor. We bring in our broadcast partner, Janet Carvening, to talk about the 2A game. Janet, we saw Ben Johnson last night for De La Salle. He's the real deal.
He really was, and De La Salle struggled last night. They won 64-60, but they played a very good team from Belle Plaine, and we saw some outstanding performances there. Ben Johnson, 32 points, and De La Salle as a team shot 58% from the field. Watertown Mayor is a lot like the Belle Plaine team that we saw last night. They like to get it out and run. They've got Wade Hokinson leading the way along with an outstanding supporting cast, and they also as a team shot 57%. So both teams shooting very well in the semifinal round. Watertown Mayor had a very easy time with St. Cloud Cathedral. They played hard, though, even though the game, they were not really tested.
That will be our second game. You and Roger will call that one, but stay tuned for our 1A championship. Introductions and the opening tip in a moment. You're watching the 1999 Boys High School State Basketball Tournament from Williams Arena on UPN 9. Welcome back to Williams Arena. Time for the introductions in the 1A championship. Here is legendary public address announcer Bob Reed.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And again, welcome to Williams Arena for this 1A championship game. Before we meet the complete roster for both teams, let's greet the cheerleaders. We'll start first with the visiting cheerleaders representing the Section 3 champions, a record now of 26-1, the Southwest Minnesota Christian Eagles. Introducing Ann Vogel, Wendy Vandenberg, Angie Spronk, Melissa Skellhouse, Mindy Reiswick, Don Middlestadt, Maria Brower, Nikki Fikema, Kelly Jasper, Michelle Koyman, and Kim Van Hull, the Southwest Christian cheerleaders. Their advisor is Karen Brookhouse. And now please greet the home team cheerleaders. They're representing the Section 5 champions, a record now at 25-2, the Hillcrest Lutheran Academy Comets. Introducing Gretchen Whalen, Subasa Sasaki, Kim Peterson, Kim Rangan, Marilee Wold, Melissa Starkey, Sarah Helland, Tina Ashe, Wendy Spahn, Anna Ashe, and Crystal Gazzola. The Hillcrest Lutheran Academy cheerleaders, their advisor is Candace Berge. And now introducing the reserves. First for the visitors from Southwest Minnesota Christian. Wearing the light-colored visitor jerseys, a 6'3" junior forward, number 20, Jade Vanderhaar. .62" junior guard and forward, number 22, Jonathan Koyman. .5'11" senior guard and forward, number 24, Grant Prinz. 6' senior guard, number 30, Jamie Papp. .64" junior center, number 44, Mike Pater. And a 6'4" junior forward and center, number 52, Seth Steensma. Seth's name in the program has no end. It's Steensma. And now introducing the home team reserves from Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. Wearing the dark-colored home jerseys, starting with a 6' sophomore guard, number 14, Donovan Rognus. .5'11" freshman guard, number 20, Luke Hansen. .59" senior guard, number 22, Jesse Arbuckle. .61" junior forward, number 24, Bill Nelson. .5'11" senior guard, number 30, Ben Backstrom. .61" senior forward, number 34, Scott Christofferson. 6' senior guard, number 40, Nick Schmidt. .64" senior center, number 45, Douglas Rognus. .5'11" junior forward, number 54, Matt Brew. And a 6'9" junior center, number 55, Chettle Wilkinson. And now introducing the starters, alternating by team, starting with the guards. For Southwest Christian, a 6'1" junior, number 12, Scott Schneiders. For Hillcrest Academy, 5'9" junior, number 4, John Kildee. At the other guard for Southwest Christian, 6' senior, number 40, Tyler Skellhouse. For Hillcrest Academy, 5'11" senior, number 15, Ryan Garvin. At center for Southwest Christian, 6'5" senior, number 50, Darren Beckering. And for Hillcrest Academy, 6'3" freshman, number 42, Nick Hansen. At forward for Southwest Christian, 6'3" junior, number 42, Robbie Holloman. For Hillcrest Academy, 6'3" senior, number 44, Daniel Berge. At the other forward for Southwest Christian, 6'2" junior, number 32, Cody Kuipers. And for Hillcrest Academy, 6'2" senior, number 32, Dan Scheid. The coaches for Southwest Minnesota Christian, the assistant is Dan Brookhuis. The head Eagles coach, Cal Hoekstra. And for Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, the assistant coach, Craig Nurston, and the head Comets coach, Greg Preston. The officials for this game are Terry Knopf and Mark Ekron. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing one member of each team with an important message. Representing Southwest Christian, number 22, Jonathan Koyman, and representing Hillcrest Academy, number 14, Donovan Rognes.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Minnesota State High School League's basketball tournament. We appreciate your attendance at this tournament and hope you enjoy it.
The state basketball tournament is being played under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. These rules provide for fair play and good sportsmanship among players and coaches. As athletes, we ask that spectators promote these ideals of good sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for our opponents and the calls of the officials.
Thank you, Jonathan Koyman and Donovan Rognes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special rendition of the national anthem. This young lady performed at the State High School Wrestling Tournament. She's a junior at Waconia High School. She is currently involved in the show choir, the concert choir, the concert band, and last fall she had one of the leads in the musical Anything Goes. From Waconia High School, presenting our national anthem a cappella, Angeli Tim.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And it's championship Saturday and basketball time again at the barn, the 1A championship. Should be a good one. Starting lineups there. Balanced scoring on both sides. Talk about Nick Hansen. You mentioned him. He had 22 in the semifinal, 21 minutes of play. He had 23 in the quarterfinal. Kuipers led Southwest Christian with 16.
What you don't see in that starting lineup are the heights, and Southwest Minnesota Christian with the advantage. Darren Beckering, 6'5" senior. Watch for him inside. I think Southwest Christian is going to come out and try to utilize him offensively.
He had a little bit of foul trouble in the semifinal, but made a difference on the boards. And we're ready for the opening tip. Southwest Minnesota Christian in the visiting gold, trimmed in black and white. The Comets of Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, the home team, in red, trimmed in blue and white. From the outside, right away, Robbie Holloman, and it's 3. That was a 2, a long 2. I'm sorry, foot just inside the line.
What a great way to come out and start a championship game, though, hitting your first shot right off the bat. Great momentum.
Inside, that'll count. Dan Scheid. He had 12 in the semi, and he's got a chance to give his team a 3-2 lead. In the introductions, you could see how loose these teams were.
Instead of backing off from going inside in the land of the Giants for the Eagles, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy goes right at him.
First foul on Scott Schneider's first foul of the game. I'll say how loose everybody was. They were flexing their muscles and saying hi to their moms. Definitely looked pretty loose in the introductions. Good start here, 3-2. Almost thrown away by Holloman. There's Cody Kuipers up to Schneider's. Beckering, baseline. Hit hard, gets it back, puts it in. There's the man you were talking about.
Yep, Darren Beckering, big guy, 6'5", the tallest man out on the floor. And the Eagles would like to use him for scoring.
Right away, Comets push, throw it away. Scheid, nowhere to go with it. Here's Holloman, he's pushing. They'll kick it back, baseline. Skelhaas for three. No, high off the board. It's tipped in. Kuipers and Beckering were there. We'll see who they give it to. 4 for Beckering as he tipped it in. Baseline jumper. Missing was John Kildee. But it's put back in. Hansen, the freshman.
Great rebound by Nick Hansen, real aggressive, didn't have the position, but didn't quit.
Schneiders to Skelhaas on the right side. There's Kuipers. He thought about the three. He'll drive and dish to Beckering. Oh, they call him for the travel, but Andy, you called this one. They're really trying to go inside to Darren Beckering.
Yeah, good idea, I think. And Beckering with a nice move there, just walked a little. Just got called for traveling there, but the right idea, no question about it. Here's that previous basket. The tip in Beckering and Kuipers go up high.
So it's 6-5 Southwest Christian. Hillcrest Lutheran with a chance to take the lead here. John Kildee controlling the offense right now from outside. Gives it up to Dan Scheid. Inside. Nice move by Hansen. He'll go to the line. Good ball fake.
That Nick Hansen, what a player, just a freshman, a 9th grader. We mentioned earlier he had a double-double in both the quarterfinal win over Red Lake, 23 points, 17 boards, in the semifinal victory over Carleton. Hansen with 22 points, 10 rebounds. He missed 4 games this season with a bad back, and his coaches told me that he would be their leading scorer had he not missed those 4 games. And again, just a 9th grader.
First foul on Robbie Holloman, as you see checking in Jesse Arbuckle replacing Ryan Garvin. Substitution there for the Comets. We're tied at 6. Nick Hansen has a brother, Luke, a 5'11" freshman, his twin, who's on the team as well. So 2 freshmen. I know we're going to be seeing a lot of Nick Hansen in the future. Schneider's bringing it up. His team down 1. Skelhaas fouled along the baseline. Tyler Skelhaas, he had 12 yesterday in the win against Rushford Peterson.
Yeah, an impressive player Tyler Skelhaas is. He started slow. Rushford Peterson kept him out of the ball game a lot in the first half, but he came up huge in the 4th quarter for Southwest Minnesota Christian. He is their leading scorer with 14 points a game, but this Southwest Minnesota Christian team very deep. 4 of their 5 starters average in double figures. A lot of depth, a lot of scoring from a lot of different players.
First foul on Jesse Arbuckle. He comes out right away. Garvin was out for less than a minute. And it goes back to an 8-7 Southwest Christian lead. Kildee against the pressure. Comets have no problem with it. Going all the way. Missing the shot. Berge. Here come the Eagles on the run. Cody Kuipers gets it up over half court. Robbie Holloman will pull up and shoot. Rebound, long one, comes to Daniel Berge. Eagles lead by a point. Almost a travel by Kildee, gets it into Hansen. 4 for Hansen. Sorry, he's got 6 points now. 6 of his team's 9. Holloman rebounds, Beckering rebounds. He's fouled in the paint by Daniel Berge.
This is the type of pace that Southwest Minnesota Christian, Cal Hoekstra, the head coach, this is the pace he wants. He likes to push the ball. They like to run. They score a lot of points in transition. And they're going underneath as much as they can, because, again, they have the height advantage over the Comets.
First foul on Nick Hansen, who has 6 of his team's 9. We are tied at 9 now. Darren Beckering, a good start. He's got 5, make it 6, and his team leads by 1. A good start to the 1A championship on the Jeep scoreboard. Greg Preston on the left. Southwest Christian's Cal Hoekstra on the right. Hoekstra, 13 years as a head coach. Preston, 8 years. Comets down by a point after Beckering made both his free throws. Beckering out of the game. Mike Pater in to replace him as they give Darren Beckering a breather. Jump shot right side is good. Dan Scheid hits, and it's back to a 1-point Hillcrest lead. Eagles pushing, they kick it out to Holloman. Way off. Rebound, and it's last touched by the Comets.
One thing the Comets have to be careful of is they must get back on defense and quickly, because the Eagles like to attack right away.
Off the inbounds, Comets get it. Chance to go up 3 here. Behind the back pass. Pater got a hand on it. Skelhaus kicks it out. Holloman on the run. He'll pull up. He is off today on his jumping. Jump shots, I should say. His jumping's fine.
Looks pretty good from here.
Yeah, the jumping's fine. The shot is the problem. Foul will go against Pater. That's his first, and it stays 11-10. Pater did a nice job in the semifinal, the game we did yesterday against Westford Peterson off the bench. I think that was a travel or a double dribble there. Kildee got away with one. From outside, short on the jumper was Scheid. Kuipers comes out of there with it. Another chance for the Eagles to take the lead. Kick it inside to Pater. Nice defense, but he gets it back. Scheid knocked it away. Pater got it back.
Once again, using the inside guys to score. Pater, if not Pater, they've used Beckering. They've got several players that they can use. No one under 6 feet tall on this Eagles lineup.
Look at the half-court game there. Hansen from Garvin. 8 for the freshman. Back to a 1-point lead for Hillcrest. This reminds me of our start yesterday with the Westford Peterson game. Kuipers missing. Skelhaus on the offensive rebound. Driving, spinning, nowhere to go. Bounce pass to Holloman. Gets it back. He's called for the travel. Good defense.
Excellent defense and excellent passing by the Eagles, too. Skelhaus kind of got himself in a little bit of trouble there, but was able to find the open man. Good court presence, Tyler Skelhaus.
Comets inbound it. There's Nick Hansen. Game's leading scorer with 8. Beckering back in the ball game, replacing Holloman. Beckering off to a good start for the Eagles. Daniel Fergie from outside, guarded by Pater. There's a steal. Kuipers picks off the lazy pass. Back to a 1-point lead for the Eagles.
The Eagles, a great defensive team. They average about 15 steals a game, and Kuipers just kiped that one. Great anticipation, finishes it off.
Bad pass there, tough to handle. Nick Schmidt in the game. I'm sorry, that was Fergie that had trouble handling the pass. Beckering missing an easy one inside. There is Schmidt. Schmidt had a tough time with that pass at the other end. Hansen on the break. He's got 10 already. Back to a 1-point lead for the Comets. Eagles pushing, ball on the floor. Possession arrow, it'll go the other way. 20-second timeout is what Cal Hoekstra is calling for. Great start to our 1A championship. It's 15-14 Comets.
Yes, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy ripping a page right out of the Eagles playbook there. Attacking quickly. And the Eagles, great defensive team. They try to wear teams down. We told you about, there it is, Kuipers. Great defense. These guys very quick, force a lot of turnovers. They try to wear down teams by playing such tough, aggressive man-to-man defense, hoping that teams make mistakes, and they have done that so far. They have done that this year. We'll see how the Comets respond. They've done well so far here today.
Hansen just picked it off. You talk about defense. The Eagles averaging nearly 15 steals a game. That was a good steal by Nick Hudson. John Kildee going against Jamie Papp, the buzzer-beating king. From outside, missing was Ryan Garvin. Comes out of there. Tough foul there on the block by Ryan Garvin, but he did stop a fast break. First foul on Garvin. Now we had a 20-second timeout. Now we'll do some business. 1-point game on the Jeep scoreboard.
Back and forth first quarter in our 1A championship game. 11 lead changes so far. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy right now with a 1-point lead.
Well, when you look at the credentials of these two teams, who they had to beat to get here, not surprising how competitive this one is already. Darren Beckering, baseline. Double dribble is called. Starting to get hoarse.
That's the third turnover by the Eagles. Either a travel or a double dribble, and we're going to have to eliminate those.
Beckering to the bench. There's Chettle Wilkinson, number 55, as they give Hansen a break with 1:39 left in the first quarter. He's got 10 to lead everybody. Jesse Arbuckle almost loses it, gets it back. Started by Jamie Papp. It's Chettle Wilkinson, a 6'9" junior. John Kildee with the ball, a dozen in the semifinal. Inside, nice play, goes to Daniel Berge. 17-14, a 3-point lead for the Comets. Cody Kuipers, pull-up, tough shot. Cody Kuipers, he's got 4.
Kuipers with a great second half yesterday, picked up where he left off. Excellent shot. That's a tough shot to hit.
1-point game where it's been most of this quarter. Jesse Arbuckle in a jam, gives it up for Daniel Berge, the 6'3" senior. There's John Kildee, a 5'9" junior. Comets with a nice mix of youth and experience. Eagle fans on their feet saluting the defense in the final half minute of the first quarter. Kildee found the opening. They had it for Nick Schmidt, who can't handle the pass. Like that one back.
Yeah, that's too bad. That was a very nice play by Kildee. And Schmidt just was right in his hands. I think he looked at the basket before he had the ball. Cardinal mistake.
Eagles with a chance to take the lead back as they'll work it down. Let's see what kind of shot they get. That's a lob. Papp to Holloman, who was fouled by Arbuckle. I thought for a second that we'd see Papp shooting a buzzer beater, but it was too early for him.
Yeah, that is too early. He had two last-second shots yesterday in the first quarter and the end of the first half. But here, great idea. It was there, just the timing just a little bit off.
Second foul on Jesse Arbuckle. Here's Robbie Holloman at the line. He's got 2 points, make it 3, and we're tied at 17. Ryan Garvin and Dan Scheid into the Comets lineup, replacing Schmidt and Arbuckle. 1-point lead for the Eagles, 4 for Holloman. Final seconds of the quarter. Going all the way, Berge. Turnabout is fair play. Southwest Christian did it with the buzzer beaters yesterday. This time, Berge gets it in before the buzzer.
Yeah, look at Berge. Just takes it right to the basket, takes it strong. 19-18, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy after 1 quarter on the Jeep scoreboard.
19-18, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy leading Southwest Christian. A great first quarter. Back and forth the entire way. That's going to be a travel on Berge. Good defense by the Eagles that time. There you see the shooting on Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. That's put them higher pajama. Nearly 33% for the Eagles. Schneider's for Holloman. Baseline, tough shot along the side. Rebound comes. That's Dan Scheid.
I'm impressed with the Comets. They're doing a good job rebounding both on the offensive and defensive ends. This Eagles team, a great rebounding team, but the Comets have answered.
Scheid, baseline for Garvin. From outside, no. Rebound, Holloman loses it. It'll go back to the Eagles. Last touch by the Comets. 4 for Robbie Holloman. 4 for Kuipers. Hansen, the big scorer in the first quarter. There's Kuipers, left side, trying to find Holloman in the post. They dish again for Holloman. Overlays it. Rebound by Pater. He can't make it. Eagles are getting some good looks. Berge runs it down. I give him credit for just getting the shot off, but there's a foul. Looks like it'll be the second on Nick Hansen.
I'm sure Cal Hoekstra, the head coach of the Eagles, not happy right now. His defense not getting back, and the Comets trying to get some quick baskets in transition.
2 fouls on Nick Hansen. We have heard 5 team fouls against Hillcrest, 3 on Southwest Christian. Schneider brings it up, running the offense for the Eagles. There's Jamie Papp, who had buzzer beaters in the first 2 quarters yesterday. 3-pointers, I might add. Bad pass. It's picked off by Scheid. And here comes Hansen. Can he run it down? Yes. Good hustle. Nice pass back to Scheid. It's stolen by Papp. He may have to pull it out here. Good transition defense by the Comets. Kuipers driving hard. Got it. 6 for Kuipers. And now the Eagles lead by 1.
I really like Kuipers. He can penetrate. He can shoot from the outside. He drives to the basket very well. He's one person that the Comets really have to look out for.
Always going forward. He doesn't hesitate. That's what I like. From outside, Garvin, no. Rebound, Kuipers, the man you were just talking about. And he'll push it. He's got Pater on the right. He dishes to Papp on the left. Rebound fought for. Kuipers gets it back. His team up by a point. Holloman had a shot, put it on the floor. Schneider's over to Mike Pater, the reserve center, who replaced Beckering. 5.5 left in the first half. Crossover dribble, Papp. Oh, that should be a travel, but it doesn't get called for it. Holloman. Ball is blocked out of bounds by Dan Berge.
I think you're right. I think that should have been a travel. Berge with some good defense, though, getting the ball before he's able to bring it up. That's the best way to play defense when someone's driving toward the basket.
It's 2019 Southwest Christian on KMSP. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Andy Skugman.
Jeff, thanks. KMSP Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 1999 Minnesota State High School basketball tournament. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and account of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSP Television and the Minnesota State High School League.
I get goosebumps every time you read it. Holloman just put it in. 22-19, 6 for Holloman. The lead is 3.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to need Holloman scoring. He's been slumping here. He had missed his 7 previous attempts after hitting his first one, so they need him back.
Well, the Eagles, out of the timeout, get a basket and force a 10-second count against the Comets. Here's how Holloman got the last hoop off the inbounds. There's another hoop. Oh, we're going to have offensive interference. The ball was in the cylinder. Would that have been a play? Ball was nearly tipped in off the Skelhaas miss.
Yep.
Kuiper's going to jam it home.
Again, trying to jam it home, couldn't get it.
That would have been for a 5-point lead. This is a 3-point lead, the biggest in the game. Good defense again. The Eagles forced the turnover. Holloman, and it counts. Ryan Garvin gets his second foul. The lead is 5.
I'll tell you, their perimeter defense, when Skelhaus and Schneiders is in there, but when both those guys are in there, the Comets, their guards, having trouble. There's Skelhaus over to Schneiders, and they convert on the fast break. Great pass. Holloman finishes it off. And again, Holloman slumping late in the first quarter, but he's come out in the second quarter and done a great job.
The Comets have been outscored 7-zip in nearly 3.5 minutes of the quarter. They have not scored a point. They led 19-18 after Berge made the shot. They have not scored a point here in the second. 25-19. Here's how the Eagles got their last two.
Right, again, it's Schneiders to Holloman. Great finishing. So many times, the best teams that you see have played such good defense on the perimeter. Guards that play good defense make it so tough on another team because their opponents, they can't even get the ball. They can't do much with it once they get past half court. And
they can't even get into their offense.
Right. You can't say enough about it. And we watched the Eagles do that yesterday in their semifinal win all afternoon long.
That game against Rushford Peterson. They're in a jam again. They get it over. Let's see if the Comets can take advantage this time. Hansen had 10 in the first quarter. Obviously, he hasn't scored since because his team hasn't. There's Dan Shine outside. Daniel Berge as the Eagles heat up on defense, and Garvin takes care of that in a hurry. It's back to a 3-point lead. Kuipers along the baseline. Drives, dishes. Holloman has been hot. There's Skelhaus in and out. Hansen on the rebound. Now the Comets can cut it to 1. A low-scoring start here in the opening 4 minutes of the second quarter in comparison to the first quarter. Ryan Garvin spins, finds the open man, Kildee. Basket will not count. Foul against the Comets. That's a tough break for the Comets because Kildee nailed the 3.
Yeah, they had him wide open there. We were talking about the perimeter defense of the Eagles, but the Comets able to free him up.
First foul on Dan Shine. And at his 17th foul, so it's bonus time for the Eagles. 1-1 at the line will be Scott Schneiders as you see Kuipers come to the bench.
The Southwest Minnesota Christian team hit a lot of key free throws yesterday in their victory over Rushford Peterson.
It was really the difference in that game because it was tight until the last couple of minutes.
More proof, once again, the importance of good free throw shooting, and they have a lot of them here on the Eagles team.
Schneiders, 1 out of 2, 26-22. Skelhaus for 3 again. No, he's missed his last couple of trays. Holloman runs down the rebound. There's Skelhaus. Swings it to Holloman. They're looking inside. It's a 4-point lead. He's in a jam. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched. We'll keep it here. I don't think either official was quite sure. They conferred with each other, and the Eagles will keep it, much to the chagrin of Greg Preston.
Yeah, Greg Preston was sure. He was sure that it was his ball.
Darren Beckering guarded by Hansen. Offensive foul against Schneiders. That's his second, 4th team foul on the Eagles. And we'll see Jamie Papp. I believe he'll come in for Schneiders. Cal Hoekstra making the quick substitution. 2 fouls on Schneiders. It's a 4-point lead for the Eagles. Comets with a chance to cut it to 2. Nearly a steal. Holloman on the overplay. Here's Ryan Garvin. Swings it over to Kildee. Baseline. Guarded by Papp. Good defense. There's Garvin, who hit a 3 earlier. Lobs it to Hansen. Ball on the floor. Good hustle. Last touch by Pater. Right in front of you.
The Eagles doing a good job on Nick Hansen inside, definitely here in the second quarter. Southwest Minnesota Christian with a 4-point lead on KMSP.
Southwest Christian with a 4-point lead over Hillcrest Lutheran. I guess we're going to see some religious type signs when we've got Hillcrest Lutheran against Southwest Christian. It's a 4-point game. Comets inbound. Hansen ran out of room along the baseline. Beckering with authority on the rebound.
Again, the Eagles doing a great job on the freshman phenom.
No points in the second quarter for Nick Hansen.
Kuipers that time on him.
Skelhaus, baseline, Pater, yes! Pater for Pater. 6-point game.
Yeah, pretty play. Tough to stop that one. Pater with a nice turnaround jumper. Nice touch.
Just 3 points for the Comets in the second quarter on one play, the Ryan Garvin trade. Work it back out to Dan Scheid. From the outside, ball rims off, fight for the rebound. Quick decision on the jump ball. It'll go to the Eagles. Skelhaus was in there forcing the possession arrow. Well, a chance to open it up to an 8-point lead. We'll get a substitution. Douglas Rognes, number 45, replacing Daniel Berge. Also, Nick Schmidt back in the game. He'll replace Dan Scheid. And we're not done. We've got Grant Prinz coming in for the Eagles, replacing Skelhaus. Lots of substitutions here. Eagles up by 6, biggest lead in the game. Ooh, snazzy dribble behind the back by Papp, who dishes. Kuipers kicks it back to Prinz. They go inside. Pater has to bring it back to Prinz. They almost went inside again. The half-court offense has worked well for the Eagles. Kuipers will go downtown. Long rebound to Nick Schmidt. Comets on the run. Kildee. Clean block by Kuipers. Eagles the other way. Good defense by the Comets. Papp using that dribble to get out of a jam. Bounce pass. Beckering. No. Hansen on the rebound. It's run and gun right now. 1 minute left in the first half. Ryan Garvin goes baseline. Nick Schmidt draws the foul this time underneath. Nick Schmidt will go to the line, and we'll see if the Comets can get off of 22.
Yeah, the Comets bringing in a couple of, making 2 more substitutions, I think, as soon as possible. I think they made those wholesale ones because this game, as you said, run and gun, it's been that way for most of this first half. And I think the Comets are just tired.
Yep.
You've got to take a break.
I agree. And even though they've scored just 3 points, now you can make it 4. That would be a bad omen with so little offense, but they're still only down by 5 points. I think if Greg Preston looks on the bright side, it could be a lot worse right now. Nick Hansen will get a rest for the final minute. Dan Scheid back in the game. Schmidt hits them both. Nick Schmidt's first 2. It's a 5-point quarter, and the lead is down to 4. Low-scoring quarter for both teams. Prinz back out to Kuipers. Jamie Papp baseline. They're trying to post up Pater. Turnaround jumper. Good defense by the Comets. Here comes John Kildee. Final half minute. Dan Scheid back to Garvin. Comets have had trouble finding offense from anybody other than Nick Hansen. Garvin lobs it over to Scheid. Final 10 seconds as you see. Scheid. Yes! It's a 3 and it's huge. The lead is 1. Papp again. Oh, it was right on line. That would have been from about 60 feet. It is a 1-point game.
You said that Hillcrest Lutheran needed to find some offense from someone other than Hansen, and Scheid comes up just huge at the end of the first half here. Hits the three-pointer, cuts the lead to just 1 after 2 quarters.
Both teams score 9 points, and it's just a 1-point game at 28-27. And we have seen throughout this tournament, Andrew, how big those last-second baskets are for momentum. Let's go over now. Not right this second. Janet Carvinen is standing by, going to talk with Greg Preston. Janet?
Okay, Coach, we're here at half. You're down by 1. What are your thoughts? Last couple of minutes of the second quarter looking a little bit better for you.
Well, we feel pretty fortunate, only being down by 1. I thought we didn't come out and have a very good defensive first quarter, and then the second quarter, I think we're really playing into our hands with it, or into their hands with the tempo of the basketball game. So I think we'd like to control the ball a little more and stick things out in the defensive end, and hopefully we'll have a close game here at the finish.
A lot of great performances by your team. How focused were they coming into today's game? And Southwest Christian, obviously, a great performance yesterday.
They are. I mean, I think both teams are really focused in playing the basketball game here. And again, I think that it was really a big last 2 minutes of the half to pull within 1 here.
Greg Preston will let you get to your team. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
We're at halftime here for our first championship game of the day. Stay with us at Williams Arena for halftime analysis with Jeff and Andy. We are back. We are back at Williams Arena, where Southwest Minnesota Christian leads by 1. Welcome back to the Northland Ford halftime report. I'm Janet Carvinen here with a very special guest, someone who's very familiar with girls basketball and boys basketball. He's the girls basketball coach at Minnesota Southwest Christian. Daryl Alferts also doubles as athletic director. It's been quite a year for you and your boys.
Oh, it's been a fantastic year. They've played hard right from the beginning of the year, and they're still playing tough, and they're a treat to watch and work with.
A lot of people really enjoyed the game yesterday, especially, and they're playing hard again today. They just seem like a really good group of athletes. Are they really putting in time in the weight room and playing a lot of basketball down there in Edgerton?
I think our boys play basketball 12 months a year, and like you said, they work out almost daily, and they love the game of basketball and play it every chance they get. So,
you know, the legend bet from the early 60s, 61, when Edgerton won the one-class system for boys. That's a town that people still remember. Your school is different. Can you kind of just clarify this for our viewers if people are kind of wondering about your school? You are located in Edgerton, but you're not that Edgerton.
Well, there are 2 schools in Edgerton, and both of them love the game of basketball. Matter of fact, this year we faced Edgerton Public in the subsection championship, and we've been playing each other for many years now, and we have a good rivalry with them. So there are 2 schools, and we do play each other.
Okay. Now you celebrated a milestone as a coach this year also, Daryl, 400th victory. Congratulations. That must have been quite an achievement there.
Well, thank you. I've had a lot of good years there, and I've had a lot of Super Bowl players that have played hard for me, and when you have those 2 combinations, you can get 400s.
All right. Well, one other milestone coming up next year, 25 years for the girls basketball tournament. You were in the first one. I remember I was in the audience watching your team. That makes us both feel a little old, I know, but it's nice to look back and think about all the wonderful things that have happened over 25 years.
I tell you, girls basketball has come a long ways, and I think anyone associated with it is very, very proud of the girls in the state of Minnesota, because they also work hard and have developed excellent programs.
Well, thanks so much for being with us. Good luck to your boys in the second half.
Okay, thanks, Janet.
Daryl Alferts, he's the athletic director at Minnesota Southwest Christian. His girls basketball teams were in the state tournament 4 times, back in '76, the very first time. They're hoping to bring their first state championship home today. We'll see how they do in the second half. So stay with us with more from Williams Arena coming your way on UPN 9.
Back at Williams Arena, Southwest Christian leading Hillcrest Academy 28-27. But if you're the Comets, and you heard head coach Greg Preston say, you got to be, now I don't know if ecstatic is the right word, but you have to be really pleasantly surprised that they're still in this game. For most of the second quarter, they'd scored 3 points. And here they are down just 1 at half after both teams score 9 in the second quarter.
Yeah, he definitely has to feel fortunate. And here's another thing. Southwest Christian out-rebounding Hillcrest Lutheran Academy on the offensive boards 13-1. So Southwest Christian with a lot of second and third chances, and they're going to the Comets are going to have to try to eliminate that in the second half, because that, I mean, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy shooting the ball real well. They're shooting 50% from the field.
Right, they're shooting well. They're not getting as many shots. And you mentioned early on that the Eagles wanted to get the ball to Darren Beckering and establish that inside presence. They have.
No question about it. They've used Beckering and they've used several other players inside. Another thing that they've done well is they've contained Nick Hansen. He had 10 points in the first quarter, none in the second quarter at all. A couple of highlights to show you. That's Cody Kuipers. Also an excellent first half. The steal and the finish. Kuipers with 6 points in the first half, but he did a lot of other things too. Rebounded well, played great defense. This was a big shot. We said Hansen was shut down in the second quarter. The Comets needed some other offense. They went to Scheid at the end of the first half. He hit the three-pointer to cut the Southwest Minnesota Christian lead to just 1 going into the half, and that is a big swing. There you look at some of the statistics again. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy shooting the ball well, 50%. Need to get a few more shots though. The rebounding though, look at that. Southwest Christian 20-10 in rebounding. Turnovers pretty even. 14 lead changes in that first half. It was a great basketball game in that first half to watch, no question about it.
At the end of the first quarter, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy got a basket near the end of the first quarter too, and I can't emphasize those baskets enough. Teams that have had a knack for getting them throughout this tournament have done well at the end of the game. Those points come in handy. In fact, Southwest Minnesota Christian got 6 points yesterday from Jamie Papp, and they're kind of having it done to them what they did to others yesterday. So it's 28-27. It was 19-18 Hillcrest Lutheran after 1. And then actually they were outscored 10-8 in that quarter to make it 28-27. Southwest Minnesota Christian scoring 10 points in the second quarter. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy scoring just 8, but they're down by just a point.
You mentioned the inside play too. Southwest Christian with 16 points in the paint, Hillcrest Lutheran with 10, but no doubt inside, the Eagles taking advantage.
And now the Comets, who were in danger of going down 8 at one point in the second quarter, can take the lead here on the opening possession. Comets inbound. There's Ryan Garvin, who passed up a 3. Dan Scheid from outside for 3. Picks up where he left off. And now Mighty Mo has swung to the Comets.
Last shot of the first half, first shot of the second half. That's exactly what Greg Preston wanted, to come back out, shoot the ball well, and Scheid did it.
11 for Scheid. He leads all scorers. Beckering in a jam. Hansen takes it away from him. John Kildee on the run, and the Comets will set up. Swings it over. Scheid going what works. He's got 13.
No question, when one guy's got the hot hand, get the ball to him.
And now it's an Eagle turnover. And Andy, how often do we hear about the opening minutes of a second half in any game?
Oh, that's what you need to do. You got to come out, keep the momentum that they had from the end of the first half. And the Eagles look like they're a little bit on their heels right now.
Dan Scheid with 13. It's 32-28. There's a steal by Holloman. Looking for someone to get it to. There's Scott Schneiders. Eagles will set up. There's Cody Kuipers. They're down 32-28. They're down 1 after the first quarter, but led most of the second. There's a steal. Daniel Berge comes out of there with it and gives it up to Ryan Garvin. And now they can make it a 6-point advantage. From the baseline, yes! John Kildee for 3, and the lead is 7. What a transformation by the Comets in the opening minute 45 on the Menard scoreboard. The Comets are soaring like Comets. They're on a 13-0 run in just over 4 minutes. Dan Scheid with 8 of those points. They're down 28-22 in the second quarter. Skelhaus, a tough shot. Kuipers draws the foul. The basket will not count. No continuation there. We'll get the foul here. It is on Nick Hansen, his third. But the Comets on a 13-zip run going back to the second quarter.
Well, we mentioned that the Comets shot well in the first half. They just didn't get as many shots as they would like, but it's certainly a good shooting team.
Holland missing the jumper, and now this can go up to a 9 or 10-point lead, depending on the type of basket. We should tell you that Carleton defeated Rushford Peterson for third place in 1A, 61-48. Carleton, the third place winner. Schneider's on the reach-in foul. First team foul on the Eagles, his third foul. Wow, just amazing how things change here.
Well, one thing that Hillcrest Lutheran Academy couldn't do that the Eagles beat them on was the offensive boards. But when you're shooting the ball well, you don't need to rebound on the offensive side.
Scheid is just on fire.
Wow.
4 jumpers in a row for Scheid. He's got 15, and the lead is 9. Wow. When you've got the touch, you have got the touch. 37-28. The Eagles look completely rattled right now. Kuipers to Skelhaus. Back to Jamie Papp. There's Holloman. It's a 15-0 run now. Holloman, that shot was changed by the defense. And a frustration foul on Holloman. His second, and things right now are getting away from the Eagles.
Yeah, they're going to have to regroup here and settle down a little bit. They are rattled. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy pouncing on them.
Just amazing how a late first half spurt can start a second half spurt, and that's what's happened. Hansen, shot blocked this time. Holloman with a clean block. And the foul will go on Daniel Berge, his first. Well, they had the right idea, but this time Holloman got it clean.
Yeah, they're trying to get Hansen. Scheid's been the offensive force for the Comets here of late, getting back to Hansen, who had 10 in the first quarter. Holloman with the nice stuff.
That would have been for an 11-point lead. As it is, the Eagles are down 9, and they need some offense. They have not scored yet. Tyler Skelhaus changes that in a hurry. And you know, we did that game yesterday, Andy. He was the emotional pulse of the Eagles, and now there's a carry on Daniel Berge. Skelhaus trying to fire up his team.
Yeah, Skelhaus, he is the guy to go to, too. He's a great outside shooter. Kind of hot and cold, but as most good shooters are, if you just keep shooting through it.
Well, they have Pater wide open if they could have found him. Skelhaus is open along the right side. Papp to Holloman for the spot up. Too much. He has been off on his jumper most of the day. Good defense, though. Give Holloman credit for staying with it. Skelhaus, right side. They need a basket to cut it to 4. He almost traveled. Tough pass for Kuipers. How'd he run it down? He gets called for the walk. Cal Holkstra wanted a foul. Little ragged sequence there. They missed the opportunity to cut it to 4. 37-31, Comets. Nearly a steal. Scheid is open along the left side. He wanted to take it. The 6'2 senior, Ryan Garvin, running the point right now. They'll give it up to John Kildee, another good ball handler. Goes inside. Kuipers on the glass, and it's an over the back against the Comets. Or no, it's an over the back against the Eagles. I thought we were going the other way. It's on Kuipers, who went up for it. That's his first foul. Garvin to inbound. 3 team fouls on the Eagles, and Jamie Papp comes out of there. Kuipers on the break. It's a 4-point game. Nearly a steal. Ball on the floor. Here come the Eagles in retreat against the Comets. Too much for Garvin. Now the Eagles will push back. Skelhas runs out of room. Double pump. Nice shot by Holloman. It's a 2-point game. So after a 15-0 run, the Eagles have made a 7-0 run.
Eagles back in it with defense. They're playing real aggressive defense. I think here Kuipers forced that turnover there and will finish it off nicely. And then more good defense leads to a Skelhas pass to Holloman, who makes a great move to lay in another 2. No question the Eagles have stolen back what you like to call the Big Mo.
Holloman having trouble with some of his jumpers, but through his defense and his hustle is actually scoring better from inside than out today. He's got 11 for the Eagles, and we're back to a 37-35 game. Scheid has 15. Hansen stuck on 10 since the first quarter for the Comets.
So often in close games like this, when you have two teams that like to run and gun, you see a lot of spurts like this because one team will get a little fatigued and it just goes back and forth.
Garvin against Papp, who's played some good defense. Ball stolen by Papp. He picked Bergey's pocket. And there's a reach-in foul on Dan Scheid. That's his second foul. Team fouls even at 3.
Look at Papp just pick it off there. Great play. Lots of hustle.
And now the Eagles can continue this run. They've scored 7 straight. Too much. Holloman on the tip. No. Kuipers fighting for the board. They just couldn't get it in, but great effort by the Eagles on the glass. Through the leg dribble, Kuipers. He loses it, but he was fouled on the reach. Cody Kuipers and the Eagles picking up the pace here as they try to tie it from the stripe.
Got to be impressed with the Eagles offense. Skelhas, great outside shooter. I like Kuipers. He's able to penetrate, create his own shot. Real good when he's going to the basket.
37-35. Actually, Kuipers thought he was shooting. So did I. The foul came before the shot. 4th team foul on Hillcrest. Holloman off the inbounds. Well, I said he wasn't hitting. He just hit there, and we're tied at 37. It's a 9-0 run. Back to deuce, as you'd say in tennis. Scheid creates space and hits. 17 for Dan Scheid. That breaks a drought for the Comets. Skelhas will spot up for 3. Comets in transition. Ball last touched by the Comets. It went off of Bergey. 40-39 on the Skelhas 3 on the Menard scoreboard. It's a 12-2 Eagle run in the last 3.5. Skelhas, you mentioned, Andy, he can shoot it.
Yeah, this Southwest Minnesota Christian team can beat you so many ways. Inside, outside, on the run. They are tough to beat.
What I like about that point there is his intent. Even when he's not scoring, he can do it with defense, and he wills his team to pick up its intensity and its firepower. Skelhas thought about the 3 using the pump fake. Holloman, he's been hot. May have been fouled on the jumper. Good hustle by Kuipers. Jamie Papp trying to create room. Good defense by the Comets. Driving Skelhas. Shot is blocked, but from out high, the foul is called. Kind of from the tough angle there. Will get the foul. There are a couple players in the area. Skelhas will go to the line.
What the Comets need to do here is what they weren't able to do in the first half, is to stop Southwest Christian from those offensive rebounds.
Tyler Skelhaas is on the line because of a second opportunity.
Second foul on Daniel Berge. Substitution, Chetto Wilkinson into the lineup, replacing Douglas Rognes, who was in briefly. Mike Pater comes to the bench. Beckering back in. They have done this without Darren Beckering in the lineup.
Yeah, he had a good start. He had 6 points right off the bat of this ball game. And he is still at 6, I'm sorry. Number 50 is at 6. And
even the officials get a little perspiration. Wiping off the sweat. 2-point lead, Skelhaas with 9. He'll stay there. And now a chance for the Comets to tie the game, and their hot hand, number 32, Scheid, is getting a breather right now. Garvin in a jam. Tough pass. John Kildee up at the point. Goes left side. Good defense by Kuipers. Both teams with good defense. Garvin left side. Thought about it, but he's against Beckering right now. Schmidt over to Kildee. Through the leg dribble. Left side. Garvin. That's a 3. No. They haven't missed many. They missed that one. Kuipers will take it to Papp. Chance to make it a 4-point lead. There's Skelhaas. Nice pass. Kuipers foul down low. He'll go to the line. 38 seconds left in the quarter.
Once again, there's the 2-2 tandem of Skelhaas and Kuipers. Skelhaas got to get on him outside because he's got the hot hand. Inside to Kuipers, who likes to go strong to the basket. He's got some great moves. That time drew the foul.
First foul on Nick Schmidt. Dan Scheid will check in. So will Mike Pater for the Eagles. You see Scheid coming in for the Comets. Replacing Schmidt. Free throw's good. It's up to a 3-point lead. Cody Kuipers with 9 points, trying to make it 10. Short, 1 out of 2 the last 2 times for the Eagles. They've missed a few. And it's a 3-point lead in the final half minute of the third quarter. Skelhaas left side over to Kuipers. Good defense by Kildee, who touched it last. Mike Pater will replace Kuipers for the final 24 seconds. Doug Rognes coming in the lineup, replacing Daniel Berge. Scheid with 17 to lead everybody. Holloman has 13 for the Eagles. Jamie Papp. Beckering, he'll drive out of room, and it's stolen away by Garvin, and we could have another buzzer beater here. Let's see what happens. Keep an eye on Scheid. Garvin, he's got to shoot it. Why am I not surprised? I knew it was going in.
Wow. Once again, to end the quarter just like they did in the second. Hillcrest Lutheran just down by 1 with a last-second shot. Final 8 minutes coming your way on the Menard score.
We are on familiar turf to start the fourth quarter because Hillcrest Lutheran Academy was in a bit of trouble, and they weathered the storm by the Eagles. As you see, the domination on the glass, 18-2. Yeah, offensive rebounds.
I think the Comets knew that coming in because the Eagles, a taller team and a great rebounding team, but they've been able, as you said, to weather the storm.
And what has helped are 3 shots before each buzzer in the first, second, and third quarters. Garvin banked it home at the buzzer there, and those are 6 big points because they're only down 1 as we start the fourth. Scott Schneider's back in the game. He hasn't played much today. Jamie Papp has gotten most of the time. Kuipers is fouled. Dan Scheid got him. That's his 3rd. Comets wanted a jump ball. Cal Hoekstra wanted a shooting foul, but I think it'll be an inbounds play.
Once again, Kuipers creating. He's done that all afternoon long. Real good ball handler.
That's 17 fouls. So Southwest Christian goes to the line, and the Comets are going to go with some size here. They're going with Chetto Wilkinson, number 55, replacing Hansen.
And he's done a good job when he's in there rebounding, because we already talked about the advantage that the Eagles have had. They're trying to get a little bit taller lineup in there.
6 feet 9 inch Wilkinson. First free throw good by Kuipers. He's got 10 points. Make it 11. Hitting the 1-and-1. So they're in the bonus from here on out. 44-41. Just 3 fouls on the Eagles. Garvin through the leg dribble left side. Shot for 3, and he's fouled. Holloman got him, and that's 3 shots at the free throw line. You're not supposed to foul a jump shooter.
Yep, definitely not when he's beyond the arc, too. That just a mental mistake.
He can tie it up. 3 fouls on Holloman. Well, the best he can do now is 2 out of 3, but Dan Scheid's shooting has kept the Comets in this game. Fueled that 15-zip spurt they had from the middle of the second quarter to the early minutes of the third. 1 out of 3. 44-42. Eagles by 2. Just a great 1A championship game. Tyler Skelhas driving out of room. Kuipers top of the key. There's Scott Schneider's back to Skelhas. He had a couple of threes. There's a drive. Tyler Skelhas, the face of intensity.
Yeah, you talk about his intensity in the fourth quarter yesterday. He came up huge, and he's playing a good ball game now, too.
Great hustle. Cody Kuipers will get a floor burn, but he's called for the kick. Before that, Skelhas with 11. No doubt about it. You mentioned earlier that tandem, he and Kuipers right there. They're the pulse of the Eagles. Robbie Holloman also. He's got 13. Those 3 in double figures. 3 ball. It's a 1-point game. John Kildee. Kuipers pushing. Draws the blocking foul. Well, that's a good way to try to take the momentum away from that 3, but it's back to 1 now.
The Eagles, I think, want to pick up the pace a little bit more. It's kind of slowed down after that first quarter. And you're right. Once a team hits a big 3, try to attack quickly. That's what the Eagles did right there.
Third foul going on Daniel Berge. Kuipers in the active shooting. He missed that one. And it goes without saying that they're all big now from here on in a tight one like this, the free throws. 18 fouls on Hillcrest, just 4 on Southwest Christian. 1 out of 2 for Kuipers. He's got 12 in the game. Comets can tie it here. There's Scheid. Nice pass to Berge. High off the glass. Wilkinson fights for it. Who else? Kuipers comes out of there with it. And I think the Eagles are a little bit tired right now. Skelhas a little bit shaken up. I think Holloman is too.
Who has the most gas left in the tank at the end of this game, I think, may end up on top, because this games like this, we saw with those spurts, when you run and gun so much, there's always so many spurts because fatigue becomes a big factor. Southwest Christian with a 2-point lead on the Oldsmobile scoreboard.
Back at Williams Arena with Andy Skugman, I'm Jeff Grayson. 47-45 Southwest Christian. Just over 6 minutes left in the 1A championship. Comets at one point had a 9-point lead. Eagles were up 28-22 in the first half. Turnaround jumper Pater in the game. Kuiper skies for it without going over the back.
What a great rebound by Kuipers. Wow.
All over the floor. They're trying to post up Pater. They've gotten away from Beckering when he's been in the game. They haven't posted up much today since the first quarter. Pap over to Schneiders, trying to find some room. Holloman will drive. The assist from Schneiders.
Great ball movement, great patience, and it paid off. Holloman with a nice drive and easy bucket.
I'll tell you, those three players, Holloman, Kuipers, and Skelhaas. There's a blocking foul called on Jamie Pap. Skelhaas getting a breather right now. It's a 4-point lead for the Eagles.
Comets are going to have to be careful because the Eagles play such good perimeter defense. Once again there. Almost forced it over and back, but did get the foul.
First team foul on Jamie Pap, who will sit down. Skelhaas back in the game. 5 team fouls on Southwest Christian. They need 2 more for Hillcrest to shoot 1-1. 2 more fouls on the Comets, and it'll be 2 shots the rest of the way. Garvin missing. Hansen, rebound, too much. Looking for his first basket since the first quarter.
And who got the rebound?
Kuipers. Kuipers, that's right. Skelhaas back in. There's Robbie Holloman. Schneiders, baseline. Eagles working it around well. They're up by 4. Eagles pull up. Kuipers, no. Red shirt on the rebound, no. It was tipped back by Pater. Back to Skelhaas. Schneider's got the baseline. Excuse me. Ball is swatted out of bounds. Pater put it up. Nice block down low by Berge.
Yeah, again, the Eagles moving the ball around well. But watch Berge. Real clean, nice block.
That would have been for a 6-point lead. Now the Comets playing defense again. Schneider, same play. Pater will go to the line. He draws the foul. If it's on Berge, it's his 4th. Well, they work it inside, showing patience.
You know what the Eagles have done real well in this basketball game is keep the freshman phenom Nick Hansen out of it. He had 10 points in the first quarter, does not have a point after that. And here's a guy who had a double-double in both the quarter and semifinal games for the Hillcrest Lutheran Academy.
Comets will talk about it. It's a 4-point game with just over 4 to play on the Oldsmobile scoreboard. There's the story of the 1A championship. Southwest Christian, they were down on the mat there in the third quarter, but managed to come back with that run. And now Greg Preston's team needs to come back. His team down 4 with Mike Pater, a 6'4" junior, at the line.
No doubt Dan Scheid has come up big for Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. He's got 18 points and definitely shot them back into this basketball game.
(49-45), 2 big misses there. Instead of being down 6, they're down 4. Nice job by Garvin keeping the ball on the floor. Hansen, no, he can't buy one. Good hustle by the freshman and Kuipers. It'll stay with the Comets on the arrow.
Hansen with a great move, strong move to the basket, cannot get it to go. Really a nice move. But doing a good job on the boards there too. They need to improve their offensive rebounding.
9 team fouls for the Comets, 5 for the Eagles. Eagles still need to make a shooting foul to put the Comets on the line. Under 4 to go. Scheid, no. Dan Scheid misses that one. That's been a rarity for him here today. 12 in the semi, 18 today. Schneider inside the painter, a big basket there. 51-45. Another steal, Kuipers to Skelhaus. Since the timeout, the Comets had a chance to cut it to 2. Skelhaus missing the 3. He went for the knockout there. Now Holloman commits the foul. It's his 4th.
All the credit in the world to the Comets, but I'll tell you, this Eagles team is so tough because they have so many scorers on this basketball team. And they'll wear you down. They love to run it, and they just have such great depth. I don't know if the Comets have as much depth.
16 fouls on the Eagles, the 4th on Holloman. That's one to keep an eye on. Shot for 3. It's down to 3. Skelhaus missed one, and Scheid took one. He's got 21. 51-48. Schneider's inside. He got it.
A great backdoor work to perfection. Schneider's. That was great.
Pull up by Gildy. I'm surprised he took one that quickly. Holloman, he's got a 2-on-1 to Kuipers. Wait a minute, that could be basket interference.
That is basket interference, Jeff. I think it is. I think that ball was going in, too.
It hung up there forever. It looked like Painter slammed it home. This will be an interesting call.
Watch Holloman, the bounce pass over to Kuipers. It's going in. And Painter just helped it along.
The basket should... How can the basket count?
I don't know. They're counting the basket, aren't they?
Yes.
That is not... I don't think that's right. It should be on the line.
Yeah, how can the basket count if the player who shot the basket missed it? I don't get that. He can't go to the line then. Well, we'll sort it out here. 7-point lead on a huge play on the Oldsmobile scoreboard. This is a controversial call. Here goes Kuipers for the basket.
And watch the ball. It comes down. It's about to go in. And Painter puts it in. They do not call basket interference. They give Kuiper the basket, and he's on the line shooting one free throw. Interesting.
Yes, because it should be basket interference, and Kuiper should be shooting 2.
Correct.
Instead, the basket counts. It's a 7-point lead, and this can be a 3-point play. He still would have been at the line to shoot 2. Keep that in mind. He missed the free throw. Comets get it. So the basket goes to Kuipers, who's got 14. One of 3 Eagles in double digits. But now it's 55-48. What a big sequence there off the steal and on the break. Kuipers with the quick hands. Gets it back. He is doing it on both ends. Schneider drives, brings it back to Holloman. He's got 15 points.
Holloman and Schneider's tried to convert the back door again like they did earlier. Not there this time.
Almost a steal by Kildy. Schneider to Holloman. No need to rush a shot here with a 7-point lead.
Yeah, they're going to milk some of the clock.
Something else, the Eagles aren't even having enough team fouls to put the Comets on the line. They used to have 6. The next one will, though. Timeout called by Holloman. It's a 20. We'll keep it here.
And here's the ball.
And the ball comes right at us.
Yeah.
Exactly 1:30 left in the game. Something to keep in mind about that call. Kuiper still would have gone to the line for 2
right,
shots.
he would have gone to the line, but they wouldn't have been up. They would have only been up 53-48.
Right.
He misses the first free throw. I mean, with the free throw that he was on the line for, he missed it. We don't know, obviously, if he would have missed both of them, but no question that in my opinion, that was basket interference.
Absolutely, but you don't normally see it, that kind of a play on a basket and a foul. Usually you don't see it. That's what was so unique about it. Out of the 20-second timeout. Eagles inbound. Tyler Skelhaus, he's got 11. Over to Robbie Holloman. His team's leading scorer with 15. There's Kuipers with 14, who is fouled. Jesse Arbuckle commits his third with 1:22 left. So they took 8 seconds from the inbounds. And now that is the 10th team foul. So we should be shooting 2 here. So that's something else to keep in mind. It's no longer a 1-and-1 for the Eagles.
And this Eagles team, very good, solid free throw shooting team. Going to be critical down the stretch here.
15 for Cody Kuipers. Substitution there. That's Donovan Rognus checking in, replacing Arbuckle. Kuipers above his average by about 4 points. 1 out of 2. It's an 8-point game. Well, Scheid has had the hot hand. He's open on the left for a second. Rognus over to Garvin. A long 3. Way short. That was an NBA 3.
Yeah, I think Greg Preston wants his players to get a little bit better look at the basket. I know they don't have a lot of time to work with, but you don't want to force up a shot like that. I mean, he was way out.
Yeah, I don't know if Bashan Leonard can hit that one for the Miami Heat all the time. 56-48 with 1:08 left. Skelhaus will go to the line. He's got 11. Keep in mind, he's shooting 2.
This is the best free throw shooter on the Southwest Minnesota Christian team. He holds the school record for free throw shooting percentage-wise, so he is not the player you want if you're Greg Preston on the line.
57-48. The Eagles making 1 out of every 2, it seems. Down the stretch here, it's a 9-point game. Comets need points and in a hurry. You see the time left in the 1A championship. Kildy, spin move. There's Scheid. Ball last touched by the Eagles. It'll stay with the Comets.
They're trying to get Scheid to come off that pick down near the baseline.
De La Salle tries to defend its 2A championship in the next game against Watertown Mare. There's another foul in the backcourt against the Comets.
Scott Schneider's number 12 for the Eagles. His nickname is Clutch, and he came up big in that clutch situation, forced the steal on the turnover for the Eagles. They just have so many good basketball players, really. 6, 7, 8 of them that they can put in the lineup at any time. It's really tough to beat a team with that much depth when they like to run so much, because you just get the Comets, I think, tired out a little bit.
That's a good point. They keep coming at you, and give the Eagles credit should they hang on, because they were in big trouble, down 37-28. Since then, they've outscored the Comets 30-11 in about 8 minutes of play. So they really came back off the deck. Skelhaus hits the free throw, and he's got 14, 59-48. Garvin for 3, no. Rebound to Skelhaus. Holloman is releasing. He jams and misses the dunk. Beckering gets the basket. Tried to put it away, but he missed it. Nice move.
Great move by Kildy.
Wow.
Wow.
They'll have free throws again. What a great move by John Kildy, hanging in the air with the greatest of ease.
Holloman's teammates give him a little bit of a hard time there on the court for this right there, for missing that slam dunk. But Beckering there for the follow-up too.
Southwest Minnesota Christian will finish 27-1. It's just the 3rd loss for Hillcrest Academy. The only team to defeat Southwest Minnesota Christian from 3A Worthington, and that was a 2-point loss. Now here come the subs. Oh, that's a nice moment right here. Players from each team shaking hands with each other. That's great.
A lot of respect, I think, for both teams. This may have been the toughest test the Eagles have faced all year. I mean, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, give them a lot of credit. They did a great job. I just think that they just do not have the depth that the Eagles have. They just wore them out. Did a great job against Nick Hansen, too, the Eagles did. The 9th grader, really a great tournament.
And now Tyler Skelhaas comes to the bench. He has hit the free throws to put it away. Just, you don't see that all the time at the end of a game. The team shaking hands while it's still going like that. From the baseline, missing the jumper, Matt Brew. That is Jade Vanderhaar. He'll go all the way, and he's fouled by Ben Backstrom. Nice moment there. There's some smiles on that Comet sideline, and we'll be seeing more of Nick Hansen and company in the future.
Oh, I think you're right.
They lose Dan Scheid, who led them today, but they're going to lose some players. But you bring back a freshman like that, and you mentioned the tournament he had.
His coach was saying that in the last couple of games, he didn't even realize how big of a game these last two were in the semifinals and the quarterfinals, where he had 23 and 22 points. He just didn't even know. He didn't know that. And sometimes that's good.
Yep, you're right. The final seconds. They defeated number 2 yesterday, and they're going to be number 1 in 1A. Just 1.6 left. Southwest Minnesota Christian is the 1999 1A champion. It was a one-point game after 3 quarters, Andy. In fact, it was a one-point game after each of the first 3 quarters. But down the stretch at the end of the 3rd and in the 4th quarter, the Eagles' experience, I think, in the depth really was the factor.
Again, I can't say it enough. I think you're right. I think their experience, their depth in particular, was the key to this game. Also a key, they really did a great job rebounding all afternoon long, the Eagles did. And Hillcrest Lutheran Academy shot the ball real well. The problem is they let the Eagles get 2nd and 3rd chances at the basket, and they converted.
Southwest Minnesota Christian wins its first state title. It was the first trip here for the Comets, the 3rd trip for the Eagles. We're getting ready for the awards presentation and the all-tournament team from U.S. Bank. We're going to go to the public address announcer in a moment. But what a moment this is. Congratulations to Cal Hoekstra. 13 years as a coach, and he's got a state title, and you can see the emotions got to him. And, of course, the other side. What a fun championship game this was. This was like our semi yesterday. Close all the way, and then free throws decided it down the stretch.
So many times in the smaller classes, you just see such great teams, such run and gun, fast teams, high scoring teams, good shooting teams, good ball handling teams. It's a lot of fun.
Yep, if you watch this, you know it was better than a 13-point game. Let's get the awards now. Here's Bob Reed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need your attention, please. The awards ceremony will be conducted by several members of the board of directors of the Minnesota State High School League. They include Pete Olson of Becker, Steve Charnas of Westbrook Walnut Grove, Ken Vandenboom of Caledonia, and Dwight Lundeen of Becker. They're being assisted by Skip Peltier, Associate Director of the Minnesota High School League staff and the director of this tournament. At this time, we will present the 10-member U.S. Bank All-Tournament team, chosen by the sports writers and sportscasters covering the tournament. These students have distinguished themselves by their athletic excellence, leadership, team commitment, and exceptional sportsmanship. Presenting the trophies for the U.S. Bank All-Tournament team at center court is Mr. Tom Naughton of U.S. Bank Southdale. And now the 1999 Class A Boys Basketball All-Tournament team. Delwyn Holthausen of Red Lake. Forward, Jeff O'Donnell of Rushford Peterson.
Come on, I couldn't snap over there.
Guard, Joe Bain, Carlton. Forward, Sam Pearsall, Carlton. Forward, Dan Scheid of Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. Forward, Nick Hansen of Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. Forward, Daniel Berge of Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. Forward, Cody Kuiper, Southwest Minnesota Christian. Guard, Tyler Skellhouse, Southwest Minnesota Christian. And forward, Robbie Holloman of Southwest Minnesota Christian. U.S. Bank and the Minnesota State High School League congratulate all members of the Class A All-Tournament team for boys basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to announce the winners of the Sportsmanship Award. The Minnesota State High School League, with the support of U.S. Bank, is pleased to sponsor a Sportsmanship Award for its member schools. This award recognizes and rewards school communities that display good sportsmanship while competing in a state championship tournament. And presenting these sportsmanship banners is Tom Naughton of U.S. Bank Southdale. And now will the cheerleaders of Hillcrest Lutheran Academy please come forward to accept a sportsmanship banner on behalf of your school and community. And will the cheerleaders of Southwest Minnesota Christian please come forward to accept a sportsmanship banner on behalf of your school and community. Congratulations to both schools for winning the sportsmanship banners. And now silver medals will be presented to each member of the worthy runners-up from Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. Please step forward as your name is called, starting with John Kildee. Donovan Rogness. Ryan Garvin. Luke Hansen. Jesse Arbuckle. Bill Nelson. Ben Backstrom. Dan Scheid. Scott Christofferson. Nick Schmidt. Nick Hansen. Daniel Berge. Douglas Rognes. Matt Brew. Chettle Wilkinson. Student manager Annalise Bergsagel. And student manager Kirsty Erickson. And now, before the awarding of the plaque, we'll announce there'll be a welcome home reception for the Hillcrest basketball team tonight at 8 p.m. in the Hillcrest Gymnasium. And now will the captain or captains of Hillcrest Lutheran Academy come forward to accept your second place Class A trophy. Congratulations to assistant coach Craig Nurston, the head Comets coach Greg Preston, and the entire Hillcrest Lutheran Academy official party.
Why is he over there?
And now gold medals will be presented to the 1999 Minnesota State High School Class A boys basketball champion, Southwest Minnesota Christian. Scott Schneiders. Jade Vanderhaar. Jonathan Koyman. Grant Prinz. Jamie Papp. Cody Kuipers. Tyler Skellhouse. Robbie Holloman. Mike Pater. Darren Beckering. Seth Steensma. Student manager Dale Cruz. And student manager Kurt Van Dam. Ladies and gentlemen, there'll be a caravan leading the team back to Edgerton tonight. It'll start at 9 o'clock from Chandler, Minnesota. And then a welcome home will be held at the high school gym Monday at 8:15 a.m. And now the captain or captains of Southwest Minnesota Christian have received their championship trophy for Class A.
What a moment for these young men at Southwest Minnesota Christian, and they beat a very good team to win it, Hillcrest Lutheran Academy.
They were so anxious to get their hands on that trophy, they didn't wait for the official announcement that they've received it, but they certainly earned it here this afternoon, beating, as you said, a very good Comets team from Hillcrest Lutheran Academy.
63-50 was the final as the Eagles made the free throws down the stretch in the last 4 minutes, but This game was close. There was a couple of key plays that really broke it open. For a second, it looked like it would be the Comets breaking it open in the third quarter. They went up 37-28 at one point, but could manage just 13 points the rest of the way.
Dan Scheid for Hillcrest Lutheran Academy really shot the ball real well for his team today. And again, Southwest Christian did a great job against Nick Hansen, the ninth grader from Hillcrest Lutheran, and I think that really was part of the difference today. Another difference was the offensive rebounding. Southwest Christian just had so many second and third looks at the basket, and no doubt they knew that coming in that was one of their strengths. They are a very tall team, very good rebounding team, and it's just hard to combat that. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy did its best, shot the ball real well, but in the end just came up short.
You bring up a good point about stopping Nick Hansen, because he had 10 of his team's 19 points in that first quarter when the Comets went up 19-18. 1 point margin after the first, second, and third quarters. It was a close game. We'll talk more about it in a moment, but let's go for some celebration. Here is Janet Carvinen.
I'm here with some very happy young men. Cody Kuipers, first of all, describe your feeling here of first state championship ever for Southwest Christian.
This is awesome. This is what we dreamed of. We knew we could do it, but we didn't know if it would happen, and now that it did, it's great.
What happened in the you're down by nine. What was going through your mind at that point in time?
Well, we didn't want to let them break it open any further, so we kind of tried to pick up our defense, and our offense creates from that. So
when did you know that you had it won?
Probably with 2 minutes left in the game, by about 7. That's about one.
15 points for you. Congratulations on a great effort.
Thanks.
We're going to go over to Robbie Holloman here. 15 points for you also. Congratulations on the state championship.
Thanks a lot, man. We worked for this all our lives, man.
Your crowd was incredible. How much does that help you when you're on the court?
It helps us a lot. Our crowd's here before we are. Give us all our inspiration, man. We play for them.
What was going through your mind when you were behind by 9? Were you wondering about how things were going to go?
Well, we felt we were better than these guys, and we knew we could pull it out, so we weren't afraid yet.
Congratulations on a great game, Robbie.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, we'll let you go. We're going to talk to head coach Cal Hoekstra. First state championship for you. I talked to your partner there, Daryl Alperts, at halftime in a halftime interview, and it must be a wonderful feeling to be able to go back to Southwest Christian with a state championship trophy.
Oh, it's got to be something else. I can't even let this all sink in yet. It's going to take a little bit. I'm just elated for the team, the community. That includes the whole Edgerton community and the area that surrounds it. Southwest Minnesota. We were determined to represent them well, and I can't say enough for these kids. They just played so hard. It's unbelievable.
Well, you really gave everybody a lot of great games here at the state tournament. 1 point difference between you two teams after all 3 quarters. But the fourth quarter was all yours. Was it your defense? I saw you give the X sign. Was that your pressure defense?
That was part of the play. But yes, we were going to turn it up a notch. I just felt that we've done it before, and we could do it again. And yesterday afternoon we did. And we could finally make some of our breaks. Sometimes you get breaks, but I think you got to make some of your breaks, and it's exactly what happened in that last stretch.
You did an outstanding job on the young guy Hansen also. Your guys were very active.
I have all kinds of respect for for Hillcrest. Right now the teams are in the locker room with a little devotion time together. We just can't say enough about a mutual relationship that I respect for their coach and their staff and the kids, their class act. We won over a very quality team.
Well, the teams at Edgerton from 60 and 61 have always been talked about as the great teams. I'm sure you've heard about that for years and years.
I've been there, Janet, yes. I watched them go, and I never dreamt I'd ever get a chance to coach in the big barn, let alone win it here. But we're bringing one back to Edgerton.
How special for the community to be able to relive this again.
All right, yes.
Congratulations, Cal Hoekstra. It was a lot of fun to watch your team.
Thank you very much.
We'll let you go celebrate, and we'll be back here at Williams Arena setting up our next state championship. They are the champions, Southwest Minnesota Christian of Edgerton.
The Eagles are the champions, and really in about the last 12 minutes of the game, That was the difference over Hillcrest Lutheran Academy, 63-50. What a fun championship game it was. We're putting a cap on it here at Williams Arena with Andy Skugman. I'm Jeff Grayson. I think they just wore out the other team, didn't they?
Well, I think, you know, so much is made about depth. And if you remember, the Gopher basketball team, who obviously plays on this court, when they went to the Final Four, they had a lot of games that were close that year up until the fourth quarter, and they were able to pull away in the fourth with the depth, with the use of the bench, with using 7, 8 players. And no doubt that Southwest Minnesota Christian has great depth. They used 7, 8 players as they did in the semifinal victory yesterday, and wore Hillcrest Lutheran Academy down. Just beat them down in the fourth quarter.
And 2 of their 3 key players, the ones that Janet was interviewing, Cody Kuipers and Robbie Holloman, they'll be back next year. They're juniors. The third one, Tyler Skelhaas, is a senior. Tough to find a play of the game in such a close game, but we picked one that we thought really swung the momentum permanently to the Eagles.
Yeah, the play of the game is kind of a controversial run. Robbie Holloman will dish it off to Kuipers, who will lay it in, but again, watch the ball. It looks like it's on its way into the basket, and then Pater comes in to help it along. No basket interference was called on that play, and Kuipers did end up going to the line. Basket did count, and it certainly came at a critical point in this ball game.
It made it 55-48, and that was a huge turning point, we thought. Actually, the tide had already been turning, and it stayed that way for Southwest Minnesota Christian. That's your Chevrolet dealer's play of the game. Tough choice for American Dairy player of the game. Dan Scheid shot the lights out, but we went with someone from the champions.
Yeah, and we talked about depth. It was a tough choice because the Eagles have so many good players, but we went with Cody Kuipers. 15 points, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 block shot. I mean, he really did it all this afternoon in the Class 1A title game.
The American Dairy Association's player of the game is Cody Kuipers, who will receive a certificate and donation sent to Southwest Minnesota Christian on his behalf from your local dairy farmers who ask,
got milk?
Congratulations to Cody Kuipers and the Eagles of Southwest Minnesota Christian. We're going to step aside, take a break, and we'll get you ready for the 2A championship between De La Salle and Watertown Mare.